Hey guys, Jin here. So just come to share some of my thought about the Nvidia new products, the RTX Spark. So as you might know that yesterday Nvidia just launched a new system. It's called RTX Spark, or the better code name called N1 and N1X. So technically that's not something very impressive in my opinions. After I did a few research on it, what Nvidia did is actually take the old DGX Spark, the one that is sell you the AI computer previously, that this was announced back in 2024 during Computex 2024, and is only available to sell in October 2025, and we managed to get some of them available on stock in February 2026. So that is almost 2 years apart. And what Nvidia did is they take the exact same GB10, the core chip inside the DGX Spark, remove some features, add in some power saving features, and then just put in laptop. And they take the bin chip, the one that not met the spec, turn off something here, turn off the other side on the CPU, and then sell it at a lower price, N1 or the smaller RTX Spark non-ultra versions. So we actually basically looking at the same performance. And remember, this is not the Grace CPU or not even the Vera CPU that Nvidia will just power about their new agentic CPU. It was the 2024 ARM the ARM X925 and the A725 chip, which is at least 2 generations slower. So we basically taking the same old chip thing. And remember, RTX Spark was putting inside a laptop and some high-end workstation. What happened previously back in DGX Spark, the AI computer in the small box, when they announced, it was promised it's gonna give you 300 watts of performance. And what we only have around 180 watt max, and that thing is already overheat until max. Thermal throw down back to very scary thing. So looking at this thing, I would say that don't put your hopes so high. The performance is not great. You look at the die shot on the Computex GTC today, you notice that all the chip they showcase, they marked there 2443, which is it was produced on October 2024. So it's taking a 2 years old chip and then showcase you here, this is a new thing. So what they did is actually very simple. They basically partner with Microsoft, Adobe, everything, and just try to port their so-called Windows apps into something they can run on Windows ARM. Gradually, because of Snapdragons into the market right now, we see a lot of programs actually running quite well in the Windows ARM interface. AutoCAD can run it now, most of the thing can run, but there are still a lot of programs doesn't run. Anti-cheat software that require anti-cheats, their software require emulations, Android Studio, everything will not run on Windows ARM effectively. So we're looking at these things to replace your computer will be a bit tough. And last but not least, this is a CPU and GPU combo. There is no iGPU or internal GPU or integrated GPU inside there. That means that without power management, very strong power management, this thing will run even at what Nvidia promised, 50 to 80 watts of power continuously under these situations. So your laptop might not be a battery running, battery saving laptop anyway. So this will be bear in mind. And from my views, my early preview on this laptop itself, Windows on ARM can't dynamic adjust the memory. So I managed to run one on the Surface Ultra. So we noticed at the task manager showcase that there will be a 32 memory always allocated for Windows. Then the GPU will have share memory around 96 gig of the GPU memory. And there will be between around 16 gig that overlap each other, whereby the GPU can play around it. So look at it, you can use around 112 gigs of RAM, just like the AMD AI Max 300s. So there is no way you can configure the things, at least not on Windows, not in this time. I think if running under Linux, we can see this differently because DGX able to use full power, the full 128 gig memory just for the VRAM itself. So I believe it will be the work the same inside RTX as well. But for now, for the test machine they're running on Windows right now, they can't do it. So please bear in mind. And last but not least, the die slot itself, I just looked at what they announced on the internet. I found one very interesting thing. So GB10, the 2 years ago announcement, they released a CPU architecture which is very, very weird. They have a 16 MB megabyte of L3 cache for the X925 ARM chip, the 10 core of that, and the smaller efficiency core, the A725 chip, only have 8 MB. But today, look at the die shot itself. I noticed, hey, they all bump out both of them to 16 megabyte right now. So I guess that's an improvement. That's some kind of improvement right now. So let me show you the die shot itself. So as you can see, here is the old GB10 die shot. And you notice here that the ARM core have access to 16 MB, and then the lower side of this, the smaller side of thing, only access to the 8 MB L3 cache. And whereby the one the die shot they show, notice here, they are symmetry right now. So we notice something different here. But speaking on that, we notice as a huge missing chunk of the whole ISP and audio DSP. We might see reduction on this side. And last but not least, although they promise you the full power of the so-called 600 GB NVLink design, remember, these are only 32 bits DDR5. We are maximum getting around 275 gig of RAM transfer, and that's about it. So that's it. The whole GB10s or the RTX Spark, technically just the old DGX Spark, removing some of the features, which is the main features, the 400 gigabyte interconnect, the Connect X7, and just replace it to a more power management and more compatible later with the Microsoft partners, Adobe partners, and game partners. That's about it. And maybe the lower price, because now you can get it available at 16 gig. Yep, that's about it. Hope you learned something new today. See ya.